Hello and happy Tuesday, everybody! Let's make a very, very, very tiny painting. Today I'm painting a seagull that is sitting on a stone, on a pier or on a rocky beach. And I thought I'd use pretty muted colors and just have it be a tranquil, still life there. So I'm starting out with a graphite pencil and just sketching the seagull that is sitting on the stone. I'm being not too detailed with my drawing here because, again, this is a very, very tiny piece. And since I plan to go in with watercolor pencils for the seagull, I can control the way the color flows way better. I don't even need a marker pen at this point to, well, define the lines. I will do that with the watercolor pencils and with a tiny bit of a marker in the end. So first of all, I'm taking care of the sea or the sky, depending on what you are seeing. I purposely left that for the viewer to decide. I didn't put any waves in there or something, just to make sure that the viewer can decide what he or she sees in this background. I went in with a warm blue. It's a Prussian blue, and I just faded the color out towards the top of this piece here. For now, the seagull is pretty centered on my paper, but I will cut it to the size of the Tiny Tuesday once I'm done painting, and then the seagull will sit a bit more to the left-hand side of this piece in the end. For the stone, I went with a dark brown and the same blue and just drew in some lines to define for me while I paint where light and shadow is. And then I went in with light ochre, colored the light sections, and I use the same dark brown and blue and a tiny, tiny bit of black for the shaded sections, so for the dark ones. Pretty much as an underpainting. And then I dropped in also some light ochre that will blend into the darkened sections to make a natural stone there. I'm going in with a bit more blue and a bit more black / dark brown to, well, have some sections of the stone be defined, but the rest is done by the colors, the way it flows. I don't have to work on that. The stone will look natural enough in the end by just the water blending, the watercolor blending into each other. For the seagull, as I already said, I used watercolor pencils. Did use white, light ochre, gray, black, and a turquoise blue or a teal color, depending on what you want to call it. I'm just coloring in the whole bird before I liquefy the color there. For the beak, I did take gray. I will use a black marker later on the beak, but for now, since that seagull or seagulls in general, and I looked at a photo and for it to see what color the beak is, because I thought, maybe it's a yellow or an orange, I don't know. No, it's a gray, and it's a pretty light gray, so I didn't color the beak too much there. Once I had the first layer dried, I went in with the watercolor pencils again, intensifying colors, giving the feathers a bit more texture there, especially on the light ochre section. You will see later on that there will be way more watercolor pencil being not liquefied and therefore giving texture to the painting. Once the piece was done and I had all the details in I wanted, I just went over few sections of the bird with a permanent marker to really darken up parts like the eye, some of the parts of the beak and a bit of the feathers, but not really a lot. Just to find out where exactly my bird will be placed, I did take the watercolor paper off the paper pad and glued it to the cardboard piece that I always use for my Tiny Tuesdays, cut around the axis, and then went in with set details or just very dark shadings for the bird by using a black permanent marker. And that finishes off my piece. I hope you enjoyed watching along. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. Also, hop on over to my blog if you want to see close-up photos or have a list of materials or even think about acquiring this piece. I will see you tomorrow with a new Draw for Initiative collaboration video with Tina, and I will see you next Tuesday with a new Tiny Tuesday. Until then, have a very good day, do all the good YouTube stuff, have a lovely day, and go create. Bye!